Maybe steal the land. Someone who always can. Don't you know? Romeo.
Oh, what's going on? It's Wassup Flobo After Hours. This is that show where you sit outside in the private air of the lounge and just talk about what's happening all over the week. Yo, thanks so much for checking out the show on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, man, do me a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. You know, show some love to your boy. Wassup Flobo After Hours is brought to you part by Clipper Ranks. Now, look, man, it's the holidays. And if you're in California, it's a stay-at-home order. You can't even get to a barber. But if you're a member of Beard Gang like myself, you got to get yourself the all natural, that sensual feeling volume stuff over at ClipperRanks.com. Use promo code FLOBO for a discount. Now, I know you guys are all here to hear me ramble about Clipper Ranks, because you should, because it's dope products. But we're not here about that. I got two guests in the house, because apparently they've been fighting. A cold war has been brewing all throughout the past couple weeks. First of all, I got to give it up to my man. This guy is the host of so many shows. I don't want to say that quite yet. You'll see why in a minute. But he is my co-host on Draped in Gold. Give it up for the real Jack Farmer.
Hey, what's up, Flobo? I'm so glad to be on. It's late at night. I'm in my pajamas. This is going to be a good time.
Those are your pajamas? Why do I feel like I'm in more pajamas than you are? But oh, but he is not alone. She was here last week and she had some shade from Mr. Jack Farmer. So I said, why not do this? Give it up for, and I quote, the great TK Trinidad. What's going on, y'all?
Look, I didn't have any shade. I was just speaking facts.
What are these facts, TK?
Hello,
What's
Hollywood
up, TK?
Jack. How are you doing?
Hollywood Jack.
It's not wrong.
No,
I mean,
I call you Hollywood Jack to your face.
Exactly.
yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be a part of the show. I'm glad we got us three together again.
Oh.
This is fun.
Oh, really? Are you glad?
Before I ask what's going on with that, TK, if you're in the chat right now, whether on YouTube or Facebook, if you have questions for our host today, it's open bar when it comes to that. Now, TK, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why is it when poor Jack is just doing his spiel, you're just like, oh, really? Why? You got something on your mind, TK?
If you refer to last week's show, and maybe Jack didn't have time to watch it because he was so busy. I mean, it's one of those things that we at one point we were doing a show together and I thought we were friends and I was like, hey, it's a pandemic. I understand that. But, you know, let's get together because, you know, tomorrow is never promised. And when I tried to get together, Jack was like, well, you don't need to go to Fulbito. You just need to contact me directly to schedule an appointment. And I didn't hear from him for 4 days. And I'm just kind of like, really? This is how we doing right now? So, I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, are you really glad that we're all together? Or is it just, you know, you're just kind of using it to, you know, uplift your star of being Hollywood Jack?
Well, before Jack answers that question, here's a question I have for you, TK. When you call someone and you leave voicemail, do you say it's the great TK Trinidad or you just say it's TK?
You sound like the great and powerful Oz right now, Flobo. Your voice is echoing.
I know, it's going through TK's system.
Is it?
Yes.
It didn't happen last week. I don't know what you want.
Get headphones.
I have to find them.
So good question that the TK had for you, Jack. Why are you so Hollywood?
Why am I so
That was so good.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Listen, I watched the tape, as they say. I went back and I saw the show. I watch all the Wassup Flobos. It's one of my favorite shows. I check it out every single week.
He's a real one.
But let me tell you, like most stories, there's two sides to this bad boy. And I only heard one side of it. This is what happened, you guys. I get a voicemail from TK and Flobo. They want to get together and have lunch sometime. I didn't answer the phone at the time. I was busy. I don't know what I was doing. It was like a month ago. I don't remember what I was doing when the phone rang a month ago. But I texted them back. I was like, yeah, let's get together. Then we do the back and forth thing. The what time works for you? What time works for you? It didn't work for any of us. We couldn't figure one out. Go silent for a little bit. To TK's credit, she reaches out again. She says, when's a good time to meet up? Now, on my end, and you know what? Maybe I should have responded right away. I get it. But On my end, I was super busy. I was super busy up until today, and I didn't want to be that guy that says, hey, let's grab lunch in 3 weeks. So
And
I was
look at that. We're on lockdown now, so we can't grab lunch anyway.
Well, funny enough, today is when I actually opened up. Anyways, today I just finished up giving a talk at the Q Up DJ Summit, where I help to advise and teach young up-and-coming DJs different ways to grow their brand.
You're on trial. You don't plug your stuff. What are you doing? Oh, by the way, I was on this conference, and y'all was want to say how dope I am. I'll even stop to the chat real quick. Haywood is saying TK needs to be on a lead of the week if they don't fight through the screen right now. And Anissa Barr says, Jack, why you lying?
Damn, son.
I want to say
that one part. There was a text message and there was a phone call. And there was a go between, like, yo, I was talking to Flobo. I know you talk to Flobo all the time. Like, that's like, hey, just let him know. Let's get together. There was 3 different instances that I tried to get in contact and make this happen, but you were too busy.
I don't know about those other texts. I got the phone call was the first one I recall.
I was forcing that one. I was pulled. I was conscripted, drafted.
Really?
Flobo, to your point, if I'm on trial, I see a bunch of people on a juror's box just waiting to hear about cool products and shows and things like that. Just waiting to hear. I think that's always a dynamite time to talk about different things you're working on.
Yeah, man, I'm working on so many things, but the question is, why y'all want to fight right now on my show? Dylan Matthews says the coffee better be Broasters, Flobo, of course. No, I'm actually drinking with the lemon tea. It's late at night.
Oh, is it a detox tea? Like the flat tummy tea?
Yes, if it was flat tummy tea, you wouldn't hear the end of it. I'm like, welcome to Flat Tummy Tea presents After Hours because promo codes. And Haywood Wong says, jurors, what jurors? You're having a good time, and TK has the receipts. Okay.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure I'm going to be made to look a fool here in a moment.
It's not made to look a fool. I am just saying. The backstory is I was in a catastrophic accident 3 or 4 years ago where I almost lost my life.
True story.
So at the end of the day, I just want to appreciate those around me, not just the inner circle, but people who extended to that. So when I extend like, hey, let's go out, tomorrow's not promised, and you just take your time because you're so busy, it's just like, oh, I see how it is.
That's the California way, TK. We're all laid back. We're cool. We're lazy. You take
That's why
time.
we call you Hollywood Jack.
The workday doesn't start till 10 a.m. around here. That's the way we do it on the West Coast.
Wow.
That's why we call you Hollywood Jack.
Well, okay. Is there any way that this can be fixed, or is it like totally done?
Well, not now. We're on lockdown. We can't do nothing now.
If lockdown was lifted and Jack said, "You know what? Let's have a giant."
Say now. Knock on wood. Something happens to me tomorrow. Jack, you're gonna feel pretty bad about yourself.
I would feel bad about that whether or not we had
No,
I'd still be bummed out. Now I'm starting to sound like the great and powerful Oz. What's
TK doesn't believe in headphones, man. I'm telling you. She's like, nah.
Oh my god! I have to find my headphones. Keep on talking.
She was like, yo, this Hollywood gimmick is not me. I'm so into. I'm West Hollywood. So here's the thing, TK.
I'm getting my headphones.
So TK is getting out of here, Jack. I did not bring you on the show just to have a giant trial here. Although it was pretty entertaining. Is there anything though that you get the phone call from TK and you didn't know what it was? Like, what was going through your mind when she was like, "Oh, let's hang out"? Do you think she was selling flat tummy tea or something like that?
I feel like we're trying to make this something bigger than it was. It was
totally.
It was.
Well, I can't do my next segment because she's not here yet. That's why she's stalling my show.
I'm here. By the way, if they want to buy me some Christmas gifts, some Beats by Dre, the little headphone thingies, that would be very ideal.
Are you kidding me? Buy me them first. Sorry.
It was all the truth of it. I was busy. I didn't get back to it right away. I forgot.
Okay.
That's it. It was that was
that I'm not in. Is that better?
It sounds better for now, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
That just means
Oz
that
may
I'm not,
rear his giant magical head very soon.
That just means that I'm not in your circle, and that's fine. I accept that.
Hey, it's a late night talk show. Let's play a game, right? Because you guys are cool. You're on the couch with me. You know what I mean? The virtual couch. Let's move the subject.
How many people have been on the couch with you since you've been single, Flobo?
I don't know.
That's the question. What's
That
up,
is a very good
Flobo?
question.
Damn it! This branding has come baby back in the ass.
How many
What's
people
up?
have been on the couch with you?
There's no couch.
What's your love life looking like? Are you dating during the pandemic?
I'm doing a talk show on Monday nights. You can pretty much tell what my
And
love
are
life
you
is.
and are you dating with a mask on?
Of course. Why else we do it?
Oh,
Your
so
mask-
it's like if you actually like have the mask on, like do you hug or do you like sit 6 feet apart? Like how does that work?
I don't know. I should probably see what you're doing and copy that, TK. I know you got somebody in your life. What's going on with that?
I have
Don't
a
like
little
it, do you?
something. I have a little something. We'll see. It's very brand new. We'll see what happens.
Are they
talking?
right on the outside of the camera shot on the couch with you?
That would be dope.
No, they're not. I actually
We're just
had
gonna
to
see an
turn-
arm extend over the side.
I actually had to turn them down because I was doing the show. So there
Couple
you
questions
go.
before we move on. I am not dating a lucha mask on. Charlene asks, is TK in the USA?
I am currently in the U.S. Yes, I have not been deported. Thank goodness. And yeah, I actually have to go to immigration this Wednesday, by the way. So if people have been keeping up earlier this year, it was like just crazy. And yeah, I'm going to immigration this Wednesday, and then I have another date on February. So it looks like it's moving smoother, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Can't
That's
complain.
good to hear that you're still in the country. But let's move on. And like here, we're doing something a little different because both of y'all are some of my best friends at AfterBuzz, even though you guys make me sick sometimes. I'm gonna.
Damn, sick.
Wow.
That's extreme.
Hurtful.
I know.
Come
Damn.
back next week, guys.
Glad to be on the show, Flobo.
Damn. Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask you guys questions about the other person. I'm going to ask you questions about TK.
I know
Oh,
nothing
I'm
of Jack.
asking- And we're going to find out if you do.
How are you gonna be like, listen, I like to extend beyond the inner circle and meet with
Right,
people,
but
and then
if
go,
you're
I don't know
going-
anything about this guy.
If
I
I'm
thought
going out to
trust
eat,
me,
then that means that I would get to know you. Other than the questions that I asked you at AfterBuzz that
You've
you
worked with
refused to
Jack for
answer.
over a year. These are basic questions you should know.
Yes, he has a girlfriend, and yes, she's adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Is she? I have no idea. All right, so no,
You
Jack,
mean you
I'm
have
gonna
no
start-
idea. You've never
Jack,
met
I'm
your
gonna start-
girlfriend?
Jack, I'm gonna start with you. Here's a question about TK. Let's see if you get it correctly. And those of you in the chat, you can play along as well.
Oh,
Jack,
gosh.
TK. She is known as the Canadian Assassin, but what Canadian city does TK Trinidad claim?
Oh, that's no fun. Toronto?
Is that right?
I mean, there's only like 3 major Canadian cities.
That's actually
Yes,
right.
he is correct.
Okay, see,
There's
easy
British
questions.
Columbia. There's
That's not a
Nobody
city.
knows.
That's very cool.
Victoria, British Columbia.
Ain't nobody hailing from that.
All right,
Especially black people. That's just not. That's just.
you know what,
not happening.
TK, you're up. All right,
I don't know.
it's the same question.
No
Jack
idea.
is known as the Beast of the Pacific Northwest, but what's
The Beast?
Jack's
I thought he was the
hometown?
farmer.
What's Jack's hometown?
I
And I'll
don't
accept
know.
the major metropolitan area.
It is. It's somewhere where a lot of white people are, but I can't remember.
Okay,
Seattle?
the Pacific North.
Oregon?
Do you accept it?
Do I accept it?
Do you accept Seattle as an answer? Because I would.
Okay, then if you will, I will.
Yes, he is actually from Parkland, Washington, but that's part of the
How
Seattle
am I supposed
Tacoma
to
area.
know that?
Tacoma, Washington would have been
Oh, Tacoma.
closer,
See,
but
that's where a lot of
Seattle is.
white- I was close. That's where a lot of white people are. It's like 98%.
That's
I went
Pacific
Oregon.
Northwest.
You guys argue on everything.
The
Okay.
entire Pacific Northwest.
Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. That's where a lot of like he's from a place where there's a lot
There's
of white
actually
people.
black folks.
You
in
could
Portland,
even add in British Columbia to that.
Pretty much.
y'all.
That's a place with a lot of white
Seattle,
people.
Jack. Okay. Next question, Jack. The TK in TK Trinidad stands for Tashawn Kendra. True or false?
False. No one knows what the TK stands for.
No one knows, damn it, TK. Why would you tell us what the TK stands for? Are you actually an assassin? That's the question I have.
It's actually funny. So I was dating this Marine, right? And he's retired. And we were on this date, and I was like, you don't understand. Like, if I had to do it all over again, I would literally be an assassin. And he's like, you know, killing people is not like an easy thing. I was like, I know, but I think I'd be good like to train, and I think I'd be really good at it. And I also want to wear the spandex. Like, I don't want to be part of the government. I want to be that person that they call, like when they just run through all the government people, they need that undercover person. I want to be that person.
Demo asked, TK stands for what though?
Not telling.
Oh,
The
snap.
cool Trinidad. They spell cool with a K in Canada.
TK, you're up.
I
Jack is
don't
a
know.
world region renowned DJ.
Damn.
And he has a weekly radio show where he spins all the hits. What is the name of that show?
I don't know. I don't even know the show that I'm on right now.
It's in the corner.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of Jack's weekly radio show?
Jack's Weekly Reality Show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the name of it.
Wow. Jack, you accept that answer?
No.
What is it, Jack?
No. The Anytime Radio Show,
I
which you
would've
can find
never
at
known. Didn't I tell you I don't know? I don't know.
If you
anytimeradio.com.
follow them on social media, which is
Look,
very
I
easy.
do follow him on social media, but I'm a big time social media person. This means that like I support you guys as individuals, but if you were to hold a gun to me and say, name all 15 of Flobo's shows, I'd be dead.
I
If
would
you
never
were
ask that question.
Well,
to
that's-
say, name all Jack's
That's
shows,
fair.
I have no idea. But it's
I
like,
said name
hey,
one. The one he
it-
advertises every Monday.
Yeah, but I don't know. I
Okay,
barely,
okay.
like,
Yo, it's cool.
I
it's
don't.
cool.
I don't.
We're even. We're totally even.
I just want all the people who judged me for not getting back to TK right away.
Derek Fisher says Jack Farmer has a radio voice, by the way. JLJ
thank
Media
you.
goes, that's right, girl. Don't tell people your name. And Demo asks, who is Jack's favorite wrestler, TK? Which that's almost too easy. That was actually one of my alternate questions, but
Oh,
you know
I
what?
don't know.
It's Lance Storm. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
It's a Lance
the
Storm.
Lance Storm.
Oh,
If I can be
we
serious
actually
for a
have a
minute.
lot of people on Women's Wrestling Talk, by the way, that comes on every Tuesday. That like a lot of they're really they're either trained with him or they were like that's one of the people they've been like impressed by. So or they were inspired by. So yeah, kudos to you. I didn't know that. Now I'm learning new things. I probably won't remember tomorrow, but okay.
Wow. This one's a little bit challenging for you, Jack. Besides host, podcaster, and cocoa butter salesperson, TK cut her teeth as a master of ceremonies for this sport.
Oh, okay.
Was it track and field?
TK?
I did that too, but no, it was more CrossFit.
CrossFit. She's a CrossFit MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to know that?
Okay, you know what? You guys are killing this. All right, so before we move on,
You
thank
mean
you all
we
for
are
playing.
killing it?
No, you're terrible. You're like, this question sucked. Do you follow each other's social media heavily at all? Or you guys just don't.
I follow. Like I'm not following him. As far as I know, I mean, I think I followed him back in AfterBuzz days.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is the last question for you, TK, and this one should be easy. If you
Oh
follow
God,
Jack
it's
Farmer on
not.
social
I don't
media.
know.
Recently making an appearance on Jack's social media, what is the name of Jack's dog?
I have no name. Jackito. I don't know. I didn't even know Jack had a dog.
Jack.
That is so egotistical.
So it's actually a pretty good guess when you put it that way.
Jack,
My dog's name is Russell. My cat's name is Batman. I have
Oh,
a dog
my
and a cat.
Dylan's asking us to keep a score. The answer was all negative points. You guys see.
I told you I didn't know. Now we all know.
This
So
is
now-
like an SNL Jeopardy episode.
I know, right? I hate you people. Why would even you guys? TK know Jack a year, but knows nothing about him. Girl,
This
I
is
know,
correct.
Demo. All right.
See, this is why I wanted to have dinner.
So we
And the
gotta
thing is, when we went into AfterBuzz, both Jack and Flow Video came around the same time, and I was kind of like, almost the same time, and I was kind of like, on my way out as far as doing less shows. So it's just like I was just happy they were cool. But as far as like, and we would talk, but we'd always talk wrestling. We never really talk about our personal life. I had to literally pull teeth out to find out that Jack had a girlfriend, and it's just like that's a lot of work.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't really pull teeth as interrogate, but it was cool. But
Same difference.
we're moving on. Last week's episode had you and Jim Alexander, and coming into the show right now is the Jim Alexander.
Hey!
Dropping in.
Yes.
Yes! The crew is
Man,
here.
I need to do like a shot of Patron or something.
Yeah, now we need Jim to try to answer all those questions we just got asked.
He would never do that. He would.
See, that's not me.
Are you
That's
listening to
not me.
Godsmack?
Listen to
Oh, that's Baron Corbin's theme song. No one cares.
I bring the darkness. Okay, that's what I do.
So,
Jim, I
Dino's
get
saying,
why you
Jim,
use that song, but I feel like you should use Legends Rise.
Oh, that is true. That's more of an inside thing between us, though.
Oh, shout out to Mark, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out.
Love that.
So let's talk about the fact that we guys worked together for a year but know nothing about each other. Like, what the hell
I
does
know,
that
We do. We know about each other. Just TK just chose not to stick around. He just chose to leave the door.
Why is that?
Before-
Because I have to work. I
Before
have
the
jobs.
AfterBuzz studio door fully shut, she was out the door of the whole building already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
because
jobs,
I had to work. We finished
Fair.
at what, like 10 o'clock? Even now, I have things to do after this. I'm writing a book, y'all. It's like my deadline is due in like 3 weeks.
Oh, wait, I am too. What's your book about?
Okay,
Oh, it's a top secret? I'm sorry.
it's not. It's because you can't really steal it because it's like kind of a. It's called the title of the book is called Lessons from My Exes, and
Okay.
it's essentially taking all like 3 of my boyfriends and talking about it. But it's not. It's like kind of a combination of real and fantasy and all this other stuff. So I'm in the process of doing that. So it should be coming out Valentine's Day.
Wait, when you say
And then the
fantasy-
second book is called Lesson from Fuckboys, which is going to be even better one.
I wrote that book, so don't steal all my material.
Wait, fuck boys tell you stuff, Jim?
No.
Yo, Jim, listen, bro. All we gotta do is say do everything. Like, what?
Hey,
Jack, would you read those? Would you read the Listen to Fuck Boys?
I'm dying to know. What
I need to know what's going on. What is going? It's off the rails, man. That's. But no, TK, you mean you had like 10 jobs at once, man? I think your day job was at what 2 o'clock in the morning, and you did the
Yeah.
show at 10 o'clock at night. Yo, you were like a beast. You never slept.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna like. I mean, I like you guys, but it's kind of late. I had money to make, and we weren't making money at AfterBuzz, so.
Yeah, it's a volunteer job, pro bono. But it always broke my heart when someone's like,
covered
"Hey,
my
man, you-"
laundry.
Yeah, you got free laundry though.
I did my laundry before.
You guys
the
were doing it
show,
pro
though. I
bono?
was before.
Wait, what? You weren't?
you guys weren't getting paid?
Am I doing it wrong? I'm the only one working free, damn it, and I love it 2 times a week.
Well, I think you could. I think you would be a good gigolo, Flobo.
Excuse me?
I think.
I beg your pardon.
I think you would be a good gigolo.
What?
I can
Anyone
say
going to defend my
something
honor
about
here? Is anyone going to defend my honor here?
What do you mean defend your honor? I think it's a compliment. I wish I got
Exactly.
that kind of.
Just wait to get paid by all my Janes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but you'd be like a Deuce Bigelow kind of gigolo, though. That's.
are you guys insulting me? I have no idea.
No, I
Stand
feel
up for
like you seem like a pleaser, and it'd be one of those things. It'd be like one of those things where it's the woman might not necessarily want a relationship, but they want to just be around like a nice guy, and you seem like the nice guy, and then she'll just tip you after.
I don't know how to accept this.
Hang out and watch him do a podcast or something. What the
Yeah,
hell? Is
I only charge for companionship.
Yeah.
Charlene says this. She says, "Now we deserve a Raw recap reboot, but wrestling's kind of lame these days." What say you?
Oh wow!
I think we should
I have
recap
a
our
receipt on that
recaps.
too. I tried to put together a show because we have a chat on WhatsApp. I was like, "Hey guys, why don't we do a show on Raw or one of the WWE shows?"
That's not what
and
you
it
said.
was just crickets.
That's not what you
Ain't
said.
nobody said nothing.
That's
So
not
I'm
what
like,
you
"All
said,
right, cool.
TK. Don't
I'm
lie
out."
on me. Don't lie on me. You said, "Hey guys, we should do a wrestling show." About what? I don't know wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, now
the hell does that
Flobo-
mean?
now Flobo wants to act like
I-
TK lies about what she's
together.
communicating to plan things.
Well, it's different when it's about against you.
I mean, I bring people together. Everybody's in the chat. Evan's in the chat. Who else was in the chat? I think Emily's in the chat. Everybody is creative. So I'm like, hey,
No wonder
I'm down and everybody else is down. And we could have came and had an idea together. You want me to do the idea and set everything up as well? Is this what you're trying to tell me, Flobo? That then you would have been
What a
down?
pitch is an idea that we flesh out.
It's not
you
a
can't be
pitch.
like, let's
I
do a
was like,
wrestling
hey,
show.
We should do that. Nobody said anything. So that's why we don't have an after
It
show.
was half an idea. If I said, guys, we should do a podcast. Why come no one's helping me out? I look crazy.
I would have been if you said, "Guys, let's do a podcast." I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what do you like? When you want to do this? If it's a group of us, we could brainstorm. Nobody wanted to brainstorm, so I'm like, all right, cool. Bet.
I'm telling you, I think we should go back to old AfterBuzz Raw recap episodes, and then we break down how we broke down those old shows.
I would be so surly. I'd be like, these people didn't even watch Raw. I have to cover their asses for an hour and ask them questions to make them look like they actually watched the episode, because I'm the only dumbass who was there for 3 hours.
Hey, I sat in that uncomfortable room and watched those myself. So
We were the only dumbasses there for 3 hours.
Never. 5 minutes before the show. That's
Dude, it was the worst, man. I would be so mad, but you couldn't say anything. Like, so what do you guys think about Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin is great. As great as Lana, who says, I'm awesome. Fuck, Jim.
Damn, dude, that's some progression right there, Flo.
I always had material. I always had entertainment value. There's no need to watch.
I know. I never said I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you did ask where someone was once, and they were the current women's champion.
Yes.
Like, bring back the tape, though. I don't believe it. Show me the tape. I need receipts for that.
Oh, there's lots of tape.
You know what? I just think, hey, listen, if you want to hear wrestling thoughts, I just think Randy Orton should retire. He's got a plane. He doesn't have to do anything more in his career. But as soon as people stop talking about him, he became like the greatest championship run that he's ever had, probably, and just completely dominating both wrestling shows and the company. As soon as TK told him to retire, so he pulled it opposite, and didn't settle for the whole Legends contract that you were pushing for him for so long.
That's a good point.
I will say Randy Orton this year is the most underappreciated wrestler in wrestling right now. He's crushing it, and no one's giving him the credit he deserves.
I'm giving him the credit. I appreciate it. He looks, especially when he's in that janitor's uniform, then he took it off. Fantabulous.
What?
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah, exactly. Multiple time champion, but at one time he wore that uniform and took it off. It was dope. That's going to be his holiday reduction right there, Well, let me ask you this, man. I mean, we're all just doing our separate things. We're all making content in our own ways. I want to ask you, Jack. I know you have the Anytime Radio show that was in my quiz show, but like, how are you adjusting post AfterBuzz? Because I mean, it's a hiatus. It can come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, once the summer break is over, it'll be interesting to see.
Wow. I just sip my water.
No, I in a lot of ways, I think it's just been great. Without going into a whole, plugging my stuff spiel, it's actually given me a lot of time to do things like the Anytime Radio show and to do the Everything tournament, which is always a blast every week. Obviously, we still do our recap shows, but also getting the chance to work for the United Wrestling Network and doing their interviews and being on Primetime Live and Fight TV. I don't know if I would have had that opportunity if I was still doing so many hours with AfterBuzz TV. So in a lot of ways, it kind of worked out, and it's kind of opened up more time to do things that allowed me to grow. So it's been pretty good.
Hell yeah, Jack, moving and shaking the wrestling
Obviously,
thing.
you've been very busy because you can't text people back.
Well, as mentioned, I just finished the Q Up DJ Summit, which you can still buy links to get all that wonderful content forever. It's all been recorded. You can find a link at my website, so you can get it too if you want to be a DJ. It's really awesome, really powerful
We should all
stuff.
be DJs then.
Wait, hold on.
I guess so.
What is the range of a DJ conference? Like, are we paying like $100 or like $2,000?
It was $192. I believe it's down to $145 now.
I can spill that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it's not just me speaking. It's tons of people, including Serato DJ sending people there. If you know DJing, there's also FaZe sent some people there. BPM Supreme sent people there. Lots of battle DJs there as well, the scratchers and things like that. Lots of different types of DJs. It was really cool.
Yeah, so the chat's blowing up about the AfterBuzz. Blumshell JLJ Media says ATBTV is dead. Also the T. And
Damn!
was like, it's not coming back. And Dylan Matthews goes, the AfterBuzz summer break includes the Australian summer and also the summer that just started here.
True.
Charlene, who likes the Monday Night Fun Time, and she was like one of the hardcore or the stalwarts in the chat Monday, letting us know we were doing the crazy stuff like the time TK said we should have call-in interviews or call-in questions to the shows. And
That was fun.
It was fun for a week, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but we're committed.
I mean, we had different versions of things. It was fun to try new things, and it was fun that it wasn't just like an after show. Like, we were doing an after show, but Raw's been on for so long, and there have been so many versions of the Raw after show at AfterBuzz TV that we were able to kind of try different things and people were still watching and giving us feedback and stuff like that. And shout out to Dylan, he was giving us all those gifts. Like, I mean, it was fun. I do wish it was a little bit earlier so I could stay and have conversations with you guys after. But for that time it was fun, and I think we all learned a lot, and we all met cool people, and here we are. I don't think we would have met each other any other way. There would have been no way I would have ever met Jim. I know
nightclub.
Unless you're sent to
nightclub.
I mean, probably would have somewhere, but
but you would have just like smirked and thought you were better than me, and like you went about your business. Like there would have been no way.
Oh, now he's being
like,
shady in the room.
It's not.
That's what I did probably on the red carpet when I saw her.
Yeah, like we would have seen each other on the red carpet, but it would have been like Jim would have come up to me and like we would have been in staunch of some conversation, because Jim is a worker. He does his thing. He does it, and if he sees a pretty girl, then he does that, and then he leaves. Like there would have been no way.
Wow. I do think she's saying you're promiscuous, good sir.
I mean, really? Have you not been on the AfterBuzz show where he was talking about the In-N-Out girl and every other girl? Am I the only one that was there to witness all that?
I could totally pull
that was for their book club.
There's no tape. No
saying
tape.
Until that slobber took her away. I was loyal to Mandy Rose from start to. Then I turned to Liv Morgan, and then I had Lana, and then
Wrestling is not real. It's okay.
It is true. Jim and Mandy were like star-crossed lovers, and it was a true romance and tragedy the way things happened. Jim, I'm with you. I agree completely.
I was committed and loyal, right, Jack? I mean, come on, I'm consistent with Mandy Rose every week. I still have a damn cardboard in my bedroom. Whenever there's a woman that comes over, she asks, and I answer.
That is true. I saw it at his house. It is kind of funny.
It's straight up.
Because it's not like in the middle of his room. It's like peeking on the corner, so it looks like he's hanging out.
Next to the light post, to the lamp. So there you go. You have to.
I won't forget that.
There's someone always around. You're not the only woman in my room. So
I remember that day. I got a package from Stanford. from Evan Mack, and he was like, "Look, brother, you gotta get it AfterBuzz today." So I waited late. I drove to the show late. I had to cross out my name because it was on the air, and I was like, "Jim, I've been told to give this to you." And I remember watching it live, being like, "This could be really, really bad." You know what I mean? This could be very censored, but it was actually a cardboard cutout from Connecticut of Mandy Rose, and now she just hangs out in your room. It's weird.
That's right.
Shout out to Evan Mack, man. That's cool.
Yeah, great gift. Great gift. Still being properly displayed.
Oh man.
I wish I could just see that conversation when someone sees it in there and you're like, yeah, she's staying.
like, what's this girl? Why do you have like the cutout of this? I'm like, what do you mean why? This is Mandy Rose. You're like, oh, okay. Who's Mandy? Look her up. It's Mandy Rose.
Wow. And they come back for a second date? Like like let's leave that in there?
Hey, man, Mandy Rose has not interfered in anything so far, so business as usual, taken care of.
I got this question I want to ask JLJ Meany. He says, the wrestling arm of AfterBuzz had a big reputation. What you mean, James? I need to know. I need to know. So, Jack, let me ask you this, man. I mean, you got the QDJ Summit going on. You have all your many shows and everything. You're blowing up. I'm seeing you on Twitter with the United Wrestling Network. What is next, man? 2021's around the corner. Like, what is Jack want to do?
I mean, who knows? With everything that's going on, I'm just riding the wave of whatever happens. I don't know. I'd love to tell you that I'm going to conquer the world next year, but I don't know. I'm just taking it as I go. I don't know.
Fair enough. TK, yes?
I didn't say nothing. We just know he's going to be busy. That's it.
Okay.
All people.
Look,
there's weddings to be done. You understand? People have been waiting to get married. They've been waiting to get hitched. This is a busy man, okay? People have been holding up weddings, so this is a big time to strike next year.
I will tell you, assuming we can get things going again, 2021 will be a very busy wedding year because it's like 2 years packed into one. So
yeah, I know some people who actually canceled their weddings. I think two people from TMZ actually, where they were supposed to get married in October and they didn't. They just chose not to. So we'll see.
Enough. Let me ask you the same question, TK. I mean, 2021's around the corner. I know you got your significant other, you got your businesses.
It's not official. It's very new. So.
I didn't say the B word. I said the B word. I'm just saying you have someone in your life now.
Significant other.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. how official it is will depend on how that immigration meeting goes on Wednesday.
Well, they're a year
McAfee
behind
won't-
already on any action, so I think you'll be fine at this point.
Hey man, I donated that TK fund. I hope she stays here, man. Else I'll be
Oh my
upset.
gosh, that is hilarious.
I put $20 in that. She better stay.
That is
20
hilarious.
No,
You would not
but
go
I'm
for
saying,
that,
I mean,
but
you,
yeah.
you got the holiday season coming up. I'm sure you're doing things with he or she, and then the next year you have plans.
Oh my god, it's so brand new. It's not even like it's
Okay,
literally
well-
like a week and a half old. It's not
Got
even there.
Okay.
What was the question now?
What does 2021 look like for TK Trinidad brand?
So of course, Women's Wrestling Talk is still going. We have actually some big guests that are booked for January, which I'm really excited about. My new podcast, Peaks and Valleys with TK Trinidad, is going to be coming out in January. So I have guests for that too, which I'm really excited about. I've been trying to get some of these guests. Well, not trying to be getting some of these guests, but I've been wanting to interview these guests for a minute, and I just didn't have a platform. So I finally have a platform for that. Like I said, Lessons for My Exes, my book is coming out Valentine's Day, and then I have 2 other books that I'm going to be writing. I don't know if it's going to be coming out 2021, but we'll see. And then, of course, Center In Company. We're expanding into CBD, so we're going to have CBD products on the website as well. And then we're going to do the official, a bigger launch of the hair line, which is also a sponsor of Flobo's show, Clipper Rank. So we're going to be adding more products to that as well. So a lot of different things coming down the pipe, and we'll see what happens.
But let me ask about you personally, though. I mean, people know
Yeah.
you hustle. You got 25 jobs, you West Indian. I get it. But I mean, like you as a person growing, like what is?
That is me as a person.
So I have Center In, guys. I have a podcast coming
Yeah,
out.
that is me as a person going. This is at the end of the day, I think all of us.
That question?
That is the question. I think all of us, we're making our money and we're hustling by doing our own thing. Like I don't know anybody who. I mean, you might have a little side job, but
True.
you're making it work by DJing or whatever. All of us have that stuff, and if we don't put ourselves into it, then we're not going to make the money.
Okay.
So when you talk about like what am I gonna like what personally, like that's me personally. Like my show is gonna be an extension of me.
Fair enough.
Wait, are you Caribbean?
Are you serious?
Jail?
Oh yeah, he Puerto Rican, yo. Oh, say that word. Say that word. Say that word. Go ahead. Say it. Say it. Say the word.
Oh, Boricua?
Come on.
Boricua? Shut up. So the backstory is,
Wow.
you guys are wondering what's happening, is on Women's Wrestling Talk tomorrow, we have Tasha Steele, who is from Impact,
She's
and
back,
her
right?
name is, what is it?
The Boricua badass.
Yes. And I totally butchered it the first time she was on the show, and I butchered it again that she
I
was on
was
the
there
show.
for that one. That's why
But
I
it
knew.
was just kind of like, oh yeah, you were there. So it's just like, I think the best thing for people who are trying to get in the business, and this is obviously not to the 3 of you, but people who are watching the show, trying to get into the business, I think the biggest lesson I've learned is that at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. So you just kind of like admit it and just keep on moving. Like if I were to harp on it and say, oh my God, then they would just make it awkward for everybody. So, and she still came on the show the second time around too. I'm sure she's going to come on the show the 3rd time. So we're cool.
That and I'll stop at that point.
Yo, Jim, I know you're doing your own thing with Real Talker too, man. But like, I know you're up in Chicago. Are you coming back?
How
to
many
LA?
girls are in your
staying-
rotation?
Listen,
I'm not talking about women. Oh, you
rotation,
can?
it's pending every day. Okay, there's a different rotation. There's different. It's always has an asterisk to be determined, subject to change. So
You have a wrestling card in your dating life?
I have a question for Jim. In
Yeah.
your conversations after the show, did you educate or did you bestow your wisdom to Flobo after he became newly single? Like, is he using some of the stuff that
I'm
you taught
sorry.
him?
this
Why are you
man
doing this?
has taken
Why are
my
you
guy
doing
been
this?
Paul Heyman to his Brock Lesnar.
That's not the script.
I have guided him in his personal adventures and his personal journey through many directions. Okay, he is set. He's got the knowledge. He's got the advice. He's well equipped to conquer the world. He's been I've been
Random.
proud of his work that he's attained so far
I feel like Roman
and
Reigns.
his journey. So let's just say that he's been a very good student of the game.
So
Jim,
Flobo's the gigolo and Jim's the pimp, apparently.
Well, there goes that clean tag.
And,
You actually raised a good question, man. For all of us, this is totally open floor. If you guys want to, if you guys have anything, now's the time, because I know this is the first time we're breaking bread together as a unit. Is there a
Is that a
question?
podcast or something?
Yeah, too. Is there a question you always had for someone else you've just been dying to ask? Like just curiosity? I'm looking at TK, man. I figured you have questions for all of us, but it's all good.
I mean, I have. Well, you just said there's an appropriate tag, so I can't.
No, it's gone now. We totally make it explicit.
Oh, it's gone.
You go on.
I mean, I'm not necessarily questions. I think I'm always curious about how people do things. Like, I would love to see Jim like pick up a girl and see that process. Like that. Like I'm like curious about stuff like that. I don't want to see
text. Flobo has seen it firsthand, multiple texts and messages to validate all these stories to be.
It's not the text messages, but it's just the whole process. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where we do this like TV podcast thing, but then, you know, you have different parts in life. And so it's just kind of like, I would be curious in that. And then I'm like curious as to like Jack, like how I think his interactions with his girlfriend is versus what the reality is. I want to see if it's similar or if it's different.
Well, how do you think they are?
Yeah, so I want to know.
I don't know. It just seems like, you know, it's very like Leave It to Beaver type situation.
It is black and white.
You just go home, close the door, all the color leaves the room.
All the color leaves the room. There's the yeah, that's about right.
I'm thinking the opposite. I think that whenever they have an argument, they play
There's like
the loudest.
50 Shades of Grey.
Listen, Jack just turns up the music. That's all that happens. If there's an argument, just out of the room and blast the record. And honey, I am practicing. Okay, that's how he diffuses any sort of drama, right, Jack?
Yeah, you know, we don't argue very often. We're pretty we get along pretty well. Go figure.
When's the ring coming, Jack?
When's the wedding coming?
Yeah,
DJ.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. I can't have a gathering now.
Business is slow right now. We need to wait till next year. There's a lot of bookings happening that will open possibilities for potential.
Do you want the big wedding, or does it matter? To me,
I don't know.
To me, he doesn't seem like the one who doesn't care.
I don't know what I want.
We know that Paul was going to be rolling those records when it happened.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to go to your wedding. I mean, you probably won't pay me, though. A lot of questions coming down right now. Dylan Matthews asked, does Jack eat dinner in a suit every night? And JLJ Media asked, how does Jack relax and let loose? I think it's the same answer. But question for you, Jack, how do you get loose?
One more button, that's it.
I loosen my tie. That's how I let loose.
No, but seriously, how do you let loose, man? I know Jackie.
I know. Do you have pajamas? Do you have button-down pajamas too?
These are my pajamas. I'm wearing them.
They're a different cotton blend. That's what they are.
No, when I mean, honestly, the way I relax, I mean, let loose is a little different. I back when the world was open, I'm actually a huge karaoke fan. I like to go out and do that kind of that stuff. I like singing songs. I like singing for the people, even though I can't sing very well. But
I have no idea.
But once, with everything closed down, I'm pretty simple. I like to watch TV, play video games, that kind of stuff. Right now, I'm all caught up on The Mandalorian. And so now I'm going back and watching all the Star Wars movies to catch up. Because I never saw the last one.
I did that before. That's good.
Yeah, I never saw the last one, The Rise of Skywalker. So I'm going to watch all the movies to catch up and watch it. And that's going to get me over as the new episodes of Mandalorian slowly come out.
Get me over, brother.
I don't get that whole Mandalorian thing, by the way. I
loved it.
I haven't got to it yet.
It's so midget Yoda, and people are obsessing over it.
As opposed to tall Yodas, there's no tall Yodas, Jim. What do you want?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a smaller midget version of actual.
He's actually the tall Yoda.
Right.
Yeah, he's smaller than the original one. Okay.
Well, let me ask you the same question, Jen. How do you relax and unwind? Do you do that?
God.
Do you do the
Oh man, you guys know that.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Okay. Listen, when things are there's always some openings to make things happen, but man, for me, it's like.
Why aren't you sponsored by Trojan?
Huh?
Why aren't you sponsored by Trojan?
I should be.
I'm a Durex man.
I have a comment, but I'm not going to answer.
I like coffee
because he
dates,
doesn't
man.
wear them.
Oh, boy. Hey man, at least I know I know at least one thing to do. Okay? So I can't have too many versions of me running around there. So
There can be only one Jim.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And listen, if I was that irresponsible, then I would be probably stuck to one girl, which is something that right now is not in the cards.
Wait,
so
that's
there's-
irresponsible? Monogamy? One girl. Oh,
Irresponsible
jeez.
thing to do. Yeah. You not want to be monogamous because no. So for me, I like going out, man. I like going out, coffee dates. I'm a creative guy. This is my favorite time of year right now, Christmas, man. So whenever I'm hitting up girls, it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? I'm like, I already invited myself to one's house to decorate the Christmas tree, help her decorate. The Christmas tree. Then we're gonna go another night. I planned on. We're gonna go see Christmas lights. I know all the Christmas lights around here, so I can go to various spots with different women, so they don't know that I've already been there in case someone comes across. And it's happened before where I've run into someone that I've taken there before. And then of course Christmas movies, man. Who doesn't want to cuddle up and watch Christmas movies? This is the best time of year to be a Jim Alexander. You know what I mean? And this is the best work happens in this month.
What's the best Christmas movie for this, Jim?
Huh?
Do you have a go-to Christmas movie in that situation?
Yeah, you have to. It's The Holiday. Everyone loves it. It's funny. Cameron Diaz, Jack Black. It's a change. It's a romantic comedy during the holidays, during Christmas. It's a must. It's a go-to.
Do they not celebrate Christmas in Canada, TK? Why you?
I mean, I don't really do Christmas movies. I just finished. You know what's really good? I just finished watching the Reagan documentary, which is really good. And I saw another one, the Belushi documentary I saw today, and then The Crown. But I'm not really into Christmas movies like that.
Belushi one's good. I covered that one, and I saw the screener. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really how they did it and how they put together was really, as far as like documentaries and kind of looking at somebody's life, how they put together was really good.
Yep.
I saw that one today.
Yeah.
My interview with the director is unreal, Talker.
Jim, you've been getting crazy interviews lately, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a good run, actually. Yeah, I've had finally some legit names, coming through from wrestling or from like Hollywood. People are finally coming on Real Talker. You know what I mean? It's finally happening. It's been a while in coming. I've been building slowly, gradually, and now I've had some good interviews too. So I have a few more coming out too that will be noteworthy in that sense. But yeah, I like to ask questions, make some news. You know how it is. But yeah, I've had a good run.
You're a good example of something I always say where I hate when people say you're lucky, because right now I'm sure there's people saying, Jim, you're so lucky you're getting all these interviews. But really it's because you've been doing it for years, working and building your brand and building your name and building your reputation. And that's why you're getting these. So it's cool to see all that hard work pay off.
No question. I think all of us are, Flobo's seen it firsthand too, you know what I mean? And with everything, you, Jack, TK, has been doing it for years with various outlets. But yeah, it's always like I always say, like people are like, oh, I just want to do things overnight. I've been running my website now for, over 3 years, you know what I mean? And gradually rose to the top, and it takes time to people to start picking up on you. You start getting trust of others. It's word of mouth a lot too. It's like, ooh, I heard he's he does good interviews, or he does, you just have more credibility, and I'll make an announcement here on After Hours. I have a personal favorite of mine here. I'm going to interview. I got the okay. He just got back to me. My boy, Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. This is a personal. It's going to be an awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me night. Una noche.
So this last call of questions here in the chat. We got a couple of them. I want to get to them before we get
Can't
out
wait
of
for
here.
Jeff Timmons. What a studly man.
But I am so proud of you, man. It's awesome.
That is fun.
Charlene asks, do they miss us as much as we miss them? And she's talking about us being hosts of AfterBuzz versus the fans. Do you miss the chat role?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's half the reason we keep doing these shows is to keep interacting with you guys. So of course we miss you guys. At least I do. I don't know about these other guys, but
Sometimes you want to hear them in the chat.
It's really cool. Like I love coming on Flobo's show because I know we have so many of the originals, jumping on the chat. It literally feels Flobo is just carried over. a better show to your own network. And we have the same people supporting us pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the cool part about it. I love doing this because you literally get the same interactions we would over and that sunken ship.
Here's a question from Haywood Wong. He says, okay, serious question for Jim. Is movie theaters dead forever?
Ooh.
I don't think it's going to die forever. I mean, listen, they're still trying to stay afloat, and they will. There's going to be bitching and moaning and complaining. But for them to fully shut down, it will take probably like a 2-year pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, here, listen, in Chicago, they've been open pretty much the whole time. They're open right now. They never,
Really?
it's just New York and LA. That's why it's getting so much attention, because it's New York and LA that they've been closed. But most around the country, other places, they've been open this whole time. And they've been playing a lot of these indie movies that we're talking about. You know, they've been playing them at the movie theaters. So they're still getting traction. It's that, you know, according to, if it doesn't happen in New York and LA, it's dead everywhere, you know? So I still think they'll survive. They're taking a hit now. And, you know, WB is giving them a run here with putting everything on Max, you know, which we're all going to probably sign up for. They'll survive, but it's not going to be as a strong foothold as it used to be. You know, I think people are going to kind of get conditioned and like the luxury of like, well, I just want to have it directly streamed to my TV, you know, and watch it that way. It's going to be more of a niche thing. I think they're going to be around there, and they might. I think a lot of the big companies like Cinemark and AMC might come together. I think that's what's going to be the end result. They're going to combine to form one like major theater chain to just keep them afloat. So I think they'll be alive, but in a lesser scale.
Fair enough. Demos also ask you, does Jim get the ladies Christmas gifts? So
Oh,
for Christmas,
yeah.
do you have a go-to?
You get them Christmas gifts? All of
Well,
them?
if I'm involved with them, I'm a great Christmas gift giver, and I do creative stuff. Like, here's the thing. Here's a point. If you're dating a
Gigolos
girl,
get paid, by the way. They get
legitimately, to do creative presents for someone during Christmas, I always would love to get, you know, those like print places where you can print Jack, like you have the back of you, those portraits where you can print pictures of you and your girl together, and do what Jack did. You go to, I forgot what the printing name of the place is, but you just Google them and you get a big like a portrait picture of you, your memories together of different pictures you've taken, blow them up. They'll love that gift. That's a personal gift. That's a touching gift. That's a creative, thoughtful gift. And it's a memory of you together. And if you break up, like it's happened with me many times, it's somewhere in a closet, locked in, about to be thrown away. But either way, on Christmas is a great gift.
It's good to know. Derek Fisher asks, are you ready for the Seattle Kraken next month? NHL is coming soon to your hometown, Seattle.
I am excited for the Kraken. I'm excited to become a hockey fan for real now. So that'll be really exciting. I'm still holding on to hope that the Seahawks will get their act together and make a final push this season, though I don't know about those guys. Every time they give me hope, they do something to dash it this year. So I don't know, but the Seahawks, yeah, they
stop anyone.
Russell Wilson will be magic for a game, and then suddenly their defense will just get torn to shreds or whatever. I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to get to the playoffs and then just get blown out in the first round in a gut-wrenching way. But I'm still holding out hope that either way, I'm excited for the Kraken. I've never been a legitimate hockey fan, so it'll probably take a little bit of getting used to, but it'll be fun to say I was there since day one. So yeah, I'm excited about it for sure.
TK, are you excited about the Kraken since you're a Canadian? This is like your country sport. Are you cracking up for him?
No.
Cracking up for him.
And there was a dad joke. I have no idea. TK, look, we all know about birth season and birth fest.
Yeah.
I love the fact you took a very scary situation of being in a almost fatal car accident and spinning it, not the car, but like making sure it evolves into hanging out with different people. How did it work out this year, and will it be a virtual event next year? That's the question I have for you.
Ooh, that's a good one. This year is going to be kind of weird for you guys who like follow me on like social media and stuff like that. I didn't have much of that because
got a spite.
I know, right? I didn't have much of that.
I know everything going on to you. You know, I got all of my questions correct.
No, yeah, this year's been kind of weird. You know, obviously we were all dealing with COVID, and then Black Lives Matter. Then like I had a lot of family members pass away from COVID and from other things. My grandmother passed away. So a lot of things have happened this year where it's just kind of like, yeah, celebrating doesn't really seem like the most apropos thing. So this year I actually just flew out of town. But yeah, the end of this year or the last 2 months and stuff has been picking up. I got all my Christmas gifts that I wanted. So, you know, life is good.
Yeah, life is great,
complain.
man. Like, can't
Good
complain.
mindset.
What's up?
Good mindset to have. You know?
Okay. I got
Yeah,
you. Got you.
because usually after my birth season, I usually start gearing up for New Year's and Christmas. Like I usually have a list of stuff that I want for my birthday or for Christmas, and I already got all of them. So that's always
Who do
good.
you ask?
What's the
then?
day
I'm
difference
curious.
between birth season end and Christmas? It's only
It's
one.
really
day.
not a big difference to me. I still
Yeah,
get gifts.
birth season starts in January, and once it's over, there's only time for
December
Christmas.
23rd.
Who do I ask? I don't ask.
What is the official birth season date range?
It's like the middle of June through August. It's
you
nuts.
are right. It's the mid-June to my birthday, which is August 3rd. So that's the birth season timeline. But I start prepping because it's a big event because I have different events every weekend and with different people. So I start prepping usually the end of January.
Prepping, she says.
Yes,
For her birth fest.
Yes.
Which is a 6 weeks. It's longer than Coachella. I always say this. But it's for your birthday.
It's
My
longer than most sports seasons.
My birth season has been spectacular. We have done paddle boarding one time. We've done bowling. We just had like different restaurant events where a bunch of different people where we shut down the restaurant. Like those things. And it's always, like I said, I usually pair together the people who are like, there was a wrestling one, which it was Evan, excuse me, Evan, Gabby, I think
Wassup Flobo.
Josh. No, I think you were invited, but you weren't
No,
available.
you changed the day because you're trying to hook up Jim with that other.
Oh yeah.
I was there.
And so I couldn't go. I was like, and I'm the only person that has a bowling ball. I was like, this is my jam. Why not?
Much appreciated. Yeah. You should have
You
seen.
didn't even end up bowling though, so you're fine.
Right.
But yeah, I just have different things, so that's always fun. So I usually start planning for that end of January. Usually, probably like after Valentine's Day, I start planning for that.
I just like to imagine Flobo now standing outside in the rain with his ball.
His bowling ball, you mean? His bowling
Can we
ball.
bowl, y'all? But it's about high time to get out of here, man. This has been What's Up Flobo After Hours. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Twitch. Thank you so much for being part of this heat right now in the booth. Jim Alexander, I want to thank you first for dropping in and doing the Crashers Party. Yo, if I want to follow you, I want to see these interviews. Where can I do that?
You can do it on Real Talker. That's the place to be. RealTalker.com. That's REEL. Subscribe to my YouTube page. It's growing every day, so I'm getting some cool subscribers. Thank you, Dylan, for subscribing last week. My boy coming through. And yeah, so just Real Talker is the place to be. And social media, it's right there on the screen at the Jim Alexander. Got some cool interviews coming up, and 98 Degrees is my next one. Give me this one now.
Jack
DK.
Farmer, despite the trial you got in the beginning of the show,
He wasn't a
come
trial.
back soon, and where can they find you in the meantime?
Well, I was found innocent of all charges.
Really?
You know, the recount went in my favor this time. Yeah, you can find me at the Anytime Radio Show. It's at anytimeradio.com. It's available on Spotify now. So if you listen to your podcast on Spotify, if you have Spotify Premium, you can check it out. You can also check me out
TK.
on the Everything Tournament, which is every Thursday. We're breaking down the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. You can also check me out on Elite of the Week and Draped in Gold on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays and Thursdays. And right now we're on break, but we're going to be coming back soon. The United Wrestling Network's Prime Time Live. All sorts of the best wrestling action you can find. It's on Fight TV. You can check out episodes 1 through 12 available now, as well as Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You can check that out. Also,
Wow.
and the Q Up DJ Summit. If you want to be a DJ, check that out.
And I thought TK had a lot of promos and plugs. Damn.
So we've asked Jim, we asked Jack, and now I have to ask the great TK Trinidad. You're doing a bunch of things. You mentioned them before. Now's the time that people
I
follow
feel like
you.
I should put that in my handle. Anyways, I won't keep it very long. You can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Usually there you'll find everything else that I'm doing, but for my wrestling folks, we have Women's Wrestling Talk, which comes out on Tuesdays, but we have a live show. So for you guys who are like, I missed the live element, we do have a live show that Flobo was actually on every Thursdays at 4:00. And, if Jack ever gets, available, we'll have him on there too. And, Jim can have his dates. We can definitely work that. But we have that every Thursday. And like I said, everything else is going to be on my website at tktrinidad.com. So I'll be announcing all that stuff, the books, the TV shows, all that stuff's going to be on tktrinidad.com, which I'm revamping as well. And then, of course, you like your cocoa butter, body scrubs, candles, all that good stuff, you can go to centerin.co. And there's actually a discount. The AfterBuzz discount is still there, but maybe I should just create a Flobo discount. But you get a discount there. And then there's also going to be like a 12 days of Christmas thing where each day we're going to have a massive discount on different products. So definitely check that out. So you can follow us on social media, Center In Co. and the website, all that good stuff. But if you go to my page at TK Trinidad, you'll be able to find everything else.
I bet if you gave Jack samples, he'll hang out with you.
I love free.
Oh my God, Dylan, please cut that out. That was hilarious.
I got to roll though, yo. You know me, Flobito.com is a website. This time of the year, there's 2 ways you can support the channel, what I'm working on. Patreon.com/FloboBoys. The boys
I have a question.
some bonus content there. Yes, Ms.
Is that your bedroom or is that your living room?
It's a bedroom.
Oh, so does it turn like red? The colors turn red once you like cut the lighting of ladies.
The man is trying to pay bills.
I can, yes, you can follow me at patreon.com/FloboBoys. Support the show, support other creators like myself, and finish in time for the holiday season. Brand new t-shirt line at the t-shirt shop, flobito.threadless.com. Jack Farmer and I and Tony Moore and JLJ Media, James Lott, will be on a mishmash, kind of like a Avengers Voltron mashup next Sunday. Can't wait for that. But until next time, After Hours is closed, baby.
The fairest in the land. Someone who always can. Don't you